Hello everyone, Cedric here, and today I thought I should stop, most of you all who buy compressed games, myself included, okay? Since, while I don't remember the last time I tried like, compressed games, but the last time I tried them, I was like playing, I remember Manhunt 2 on the PSP, the compressed version of it, okay? And while I was playing the game, the first time I played it, okay, after finishing the first mission or level, whatever you might call it, if you remember, the first one, you started the hospital, you have to escape from the hospital using the trash truck, okay, or no, you what you can call it, okay. And so after that, while I was playing it, after that, the game just stopped at loading, okay. And the second time I played it, I thought, okay, this time maybe I bought the original version of the game, but while compressed. But no, after that, you only like get to the second part of the second mission. After the second mission, the game just stopped. So I thought, let me just make this video to just stop most of you all who may try this or who are doing this, because it ruins your gameplay for most games, okay. So let's just get straight into it, okay. And so, first of all, we need to understand what are highly compressed games, okay? Well, according to Cura or Cura or Curious, whatever, they say that it could possibly mean a digital game that efficiently compresses its files so it does not take up a lot of memory space, okay? So, what compressed games are like, so let me just make an example of games that I used to buy compressed, okay, PSP games. So if you know, like if you are into emulation, okay, you know that games like PSP, PS1, Sega Saturn, 3DO, PS2, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo GameCube, okay, Nintendo 3DS, those kind of games, or maybe Windows 95 or 98 games, those kind of games on emulation, even original games takes a lot of space, storage, okay. And so what compressed games are, they just like reduce the memory that those games take, okay. So like PSP games which I buy compressed, okay, like for example, the game that I once bought, okay, I don't remember what its name was, okay. The game took like 1 gig, but the compressed version of it took like 30 MB, okay. So what they do, they just like take down the storage of that games for you to be able to buy them, okay. But it has a lot of consequences into that, okay. And because most of you all may be like most of people who download or buy compressed games, because they take a lot of space, once I once downloaded God of War Ghost of Sparta for 82 MB, okay. I was like, damn, 82 MB, this game takes like 1.2 gig, and now 82 MB, this is really cool, okay. And for others, they may be like, that's great, you are saving data in your storage, okay. But the problem is that most compressed games have problems, okay. E.g., for that God of War game that I bought, okay, it didn't have cutscenes, okay. When you got into the game, no sound, and some parts were cut out. And as for the cutscenes, if when you start Modern Combat, if you start new game, select your difficulty, Kratos is talking to Afen, okay, in the ship, the statue of Afen, and then this kind of monsters pop up on the ship and you have to fight it. But in the compressed version of it, they show like me, sometimes they show those cutscenes, but there's no sound, there's no subtitles, nothing, okay. And so with that one that I bought, it just shows Kratos standing near the statue of Athena, and then for like 5 seconds, and then the masters pop up. It doesn't even have sound. At least if maybe they compressed it and still it has sound, like maybe when you are fighting you hear the slashing, okay, but nothing, okay. It really ruins the fun of the game if you do it that way, okay. So the other game I can show is Monster Hunter Portable for PSP. Okay, so if you buy the compressed version, okay, so now I just bought the compressed version for just this video. First, as you can see, it is in Japanese, okay, and even if you may try to buy the English purchase from like the internet, since it was only released in Japan, okay, if you try to like buy English purchase to try and play it in English, they won't work, since they were made for the full version game, okay. And also the game is cut, you can't do like quests. Let me just show you, let's just get into it. Like I just press randomly button and it works, okay. So as you can see, after you start the game, you have to choose like in this one you choose only 2 big monsters that you fight, okay. But in the original game, you like, after you create your character, you start in the city, that small town or village in Japan. But here you just choose the masters that you want to fight or hunt. Okay, so meaning it kind of like you are on a quest right now. Okay, and so let's just choose one and you will see, like, you just choose your character. Let's just choose this guy. It is the guy I always like to choose, and for some reason you now choose the I don't know, like, I've started playing this game for like, a few days ago, so I don't really know most about it. Okay, and so as you get into it, you like, okay, maybe you're gonna start a quest. After finishing the quest, you then get into the original game. Maybe that is how they started. No, in this game, okay, you just like, do this quest. After fighting this boss, the game just stops. Okay, for some reason. And so me, for some, okay, like I was playing it the other day, this compressed version, and it is kind of fun, because it takes maybe a lot of time. Maybe like you can take 20 to 10 minutes just fighting this boss. At least some time goes by while you playing this game. It is cool looking, but it really just doesn't fit in with me. Okay, like the Monster Hunter Freedom one, if you buy the full version, like I just buy the full versions, I now stop buying the compressed versions. You feel the fun of the game, even though this one is better than it, but at least with that one, it is the original game. Okay, unlike this one whereby it is in Japanese, you don't know what you're supposed to do, you just fight this monster and that's it. Okay, and so yes, and so again, if you watched a video by some ordinary gamers, okay, like a few weeks ago, where he talked about that emulation might be illegal. Also, like if you compare buy compressed games, it is almost highly illegal, because at least I can, maybe if I was like an owner of a big gaming company, e.g. maybe Nintendo, I would like, spare you if you maybe like, bought or downloaded the full version game. I like buying the compressed version of the game. Like, that is just stupid. So according to Cura, it is illegal to download paid games for free, okay, before the consent of the copyright owner, if the game is still under copyright protection. But this, applies to each and every game that you just buy on the internet without, like, maybe games that you buy from, like, those shady piracy websites of yours that you buy games, mostly those people who play on Android phones. And I know most are from PC, because sometimes you may try to buy GTA 5 and maybe it takes like $80. You'll be like, dang, I'm just gonna pirate it. Okay, and so again, it is just stupid, because it ain't safe if you download compressed games. Okay, because according to Quora again, okay, they say they usually work, but compressed games mean a 17 GB game compressed to 4 gig. Again, it is kind of cool that you are going to save yourself some storage and time, since buying a 4K game is going to take you less time than buying or downloading a 17 GB game. Okay, any site promising a game for 20 MB or something like that is definitely lying. Be careful, because these compressed games may contain malwares. And so mostly games that like, for me, because as I said, I mostly love to download like PSP games that are compressed. So from the sites that I download them at, sometimes these are shady, but you just download it because you just want to play the game. Maybe like PS2 games, you find like GTA San Andreas, okay, it takes like 2 gig. You feel like 2 gig is gonna be a lot of storage, okay, for somebody maybe who doesn't have a Wi-Fi at their home and stuff like that. Okay, and so you want the compressed version that takes like 50 MB. Okay, sometimes, okay, it may work, but you don't know what those files are gonna do, those websites are doing to your device. So that is why it is illegal and also not safe for those kind of things. Okay, and so yeah, although this video is really short, I just thought to make this to just try to teach you all that buying compressed games ain't safe, and it also ain't illegal. Okay, and so, but you can continue downloading your compressed games, because hey, we don't come from like equal families. That is why we have high income, middle income, low income. So but just know that that thing ain't safe, okay? It just ruins your gameplay. It just ruins the fun of the game, because like with that God of War game, I remember I was playing it, and there was this boss that you could fight at the city of Atlantis, okay? This boss holding like a magical sphere on its head, okay? It is like, maybe it has like 4 arms, okay? And after fighting it, that boss that you fought at the start of the game, that tentacle boss, like it shows up, and then it cuts to a cutscene that you think, okay, this is a real cutscene, and then Kratos jumps up to that boss, and then it says by the full version game, okay? So it's just gonna ruin the fun of you with gaming. So please stop it. And with that, if you want to see more of like videos like this, make sure subscribe, leave a like, turn on post notification bar on, and I'll see you next time. Peace.